Jimmy Sexton, according to people in Indianapolis, is saying that they're out. If they can get a decent team to make a deal with the Eagles, AJ would embrace it. This is according to Jimmy Sexton, his agent. Now, here's what's going to happen. The Eagles are not going to trade him, most likely during the offseason here. And they're going to do it as they get closer to the trading deadline when this thing fucking goes off the rails. It's counterproductive. The only reason that you guys will keep that guy on the team is money. Now, here's the deal, too. Do you want the players dictating the direction of your team? Absolutely not. And they're caught in a bind here. They got to somehow convince that player to want to stay on your football team when he doesn't want to stay with all the new changes. Make this make sense. You're not done enough to make. How about this? Let me ask you guys, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Supers go to the top. You think you've done enough to make that player say, hey, I can't wait to come back and watch this team play this year offensively? You have not moved the meter with all these nobodies that you hired. Firing of Jeff Stoutland, the hiring of nobodies. You haven't convinced this guy to stay in the building. You're delusional, as usual. Not all of you, just a few of you. You're delusional. The player doesn't want to play here. So what will happen is he'll be a distraction for the beginning of the year, and then you'll be compelled to trade him towards the trading deadline. That's what's going to happen. And then you'll be a lottery pick in 7 wins. You basically could just take a match and light the 2026 season on fire. You think you changed that guy's mind? The quarterback's still the same guy. The head coach is still the same dude. The QB still has the same limitations. So let me get this right. You hired a guy with no qualifications whatsoever to be your offensive coordinator, and you got a quarterback that's limited, and you're going to think that makes A.J. Brown want to come back. Give me a break. Give me a break. This is now ugly. This situation is now ugly. And you can't get away from it. Whatever you think you're doing, whatever you think you have, you've not convinced that guy. By the way, we're doing a mock draft today. I told you right after the combines, after free agency, and then going into the week of the draft. By the way, this is all stuff coming out of Indianapolis. Okay, this is all coming out of Indy. I'm not making it. I haven't made one thing up. By the way, I love the fact that now, when we said that New England was the front runner to get A.J. Brown, shit, I've been telling you that for over a year, that the Patriots have been trying to get A.J. Brown for over a year. End of the day, I sent you a text message from one of the senior executives. Okay? The quarterback is limited. Doesn't throw on time. And at the end of the day, you're not going to all of a sudden have some freaking epiphany where all of a sudden you're going to be like, well, I'll tell you what. Hey, guys, guess what? Hey, wait until you see what the quarterback does. Give me a break. Give me a break, dude. That's not going to happen. It's the quarterback and it's the system. Smith yards without AJ are good. Might be a number 1. Well, we're going to find out. I'm not spinning shit. This is ugly now. The only people that aren't believing it are people like Prince, Reyes, and all the rest of these fucking guys. The only reason your guy wants to stay here is because it's over a contract. He don't want to play here anymore. How do you know he's disgruntled? I don't know. Read a fucking book on the sideline, guy. Have you ever seen that before in your life, Prince, watching the National Football League? Have you ever seen a guy reading a book on the sidelines in the middle of a game when you're trying to win a ball game? Have you ever seen that? Hey, let me read War and Peace. We're in the third quarter. I'll get back to you. Chapter 5. What are you, crazy? No, he looks engaged. Especially with those drops. Jason, thank you. People don't want to believe it, but behind closed doors, AJ asked for a trade early in the season in 24. Look how he's acted this whole time. People just don't want to believe it. It's been for a while now. Jason, absolutely true. The guy doesn't want to be in this offense because the quarterback is not a guy who throws on time. Get that through your head. Not one big-time wide receiver would ever want to come and play in that offense. Are you crazy? Still's not worth it if you take a $40 million cap hit, but you got to do it after June 1st. Anthony, dead on. So the only reason that you're going to keep him is because of money. I'm not saying that that's an awful decision, but the player doesn't want to be here. I mean, let me ask you this. Let's do this on a fair basis, and I'll listen to every one of you. In the last 2 years, including the Super Bowl, how many people here believe that A.J. Brown is happy here? A.J., shut the fuck up and play. You're under contract. I don't care. Contracts are like hearts. They're made to be broken. I'm asking you, I'm going to take a small poll here. In the last 2 years, do you believe A.J. Brown wants to play here? Yo, Canada, praise for your brave men and women, military and civilian. Any possible quarterback prospect for someone sliding? Last year, Hurts's IMO. AJ 50-50, got it. I'm just going to ask you, okay? Look at this. No. Does anybody believe that that player wants to be here? And his actions are showing you he wants to be here. Hey, I'm looking for some yeses. Under contract. Yeah, okay, whatever. He's under contract and shut the fuck up. Yeah, well, guess what? That don't work in today's NFL. Says the Eagles have been here since 1933. AJ's been here since 22. This offense can be better with him, but if he wants out, I'd call Kansas City and get McDuffie. AJ takes Kelsey targets, okay? AJ Brown to hold a newspaper with today's date that says, I want out of Philly. Sills, watch your mouth when you talk to me. What? Fuck you. This sounds like Ayuk. They ain't trying to pay. Hey, my friend. By the way, I appreciate the super, bro. By the way, Prince, thanks for being a member, man. Okay, appreciate that. Let's see. Watch your mouth. Hey, Prince. What is that? Let's see. Eat an eggplant. Is that better? I'm learning my emojis. I'm learning my emojis. We're going to do our mock draft. A.J. Brown. He wants to be here. Woo, yeah. Really? So you've made this situation ugly. I love this guy. We're all good, bro. You know that. I say that with a beer in our hands. Hey, Prince, I say that with a beer in our hands, drinking Corona. You know? Hey, I could just see Prince. We're sitting there drinking, and I go, fuck you, man. You don't know shit. Fuck you, Sileo. It sounds like my house. Okay? And eat an eggplant. I'm learning my emojis. Okay? By the way, I found out that guy Tyrone Johnson, who was on 97.5, he thinks I hate him. Hey, Tyrone, I don't hate you, dude. I don't know why you think I hate you, but I don't hate you. He's on with Craig Carton on Sports Grid. I'm going to try to get that guy's ass on. He thinks I hate him. I don't hate him. I don't hate anybody. Well, maybe I'm Reyes a little. Sills uses another man's hand as his koozie. Yeah. Wow. Awful gay. Sills. Big Tony. I'm great, brother. How are you? Flexing, how you doing? Sills got me with that one. Good man, man. Thank you. Hey, Prince. Can't do the show without you, bro. Can't do the show without you guys. It's irrelevant, man. We can't do it. I have another man's hand as a koozie. Who talks to people like that? Woof. There's no doubt that guy wears panties and a thong for draws out of his mom's top left drawer. I know. By the way, her shoes are under the bed too, M. Reyes. Tell her to come pick them up. How you doing? Gotta have a little fun today. If he doesn't want to be here, listen, Paul. I don't believe he does want to be here. Seals, is the first and second round, is the Eagles asking price that too high? I think it is. Okay? No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm going to do my mock draft here in a couple minutes. Our very first. By the way, I'm probably going to give you my top 10 athletes that I saw. One thing that I take away from the combines, man, there are a lot of athletes. Okay? I mean, there are a lot of athletes in this draft. There are a ton of great-looking, athletic people that now go to these combines. These aren't fat bodies anymore. These aren't dudes that – these are gifted athletes. Okay? Fuck the haters, Hills. I give you shit, but your unbiased opinions to the birds is priceless. I hate homers. I'm an Eagle fan, not a Jalen fan. Jimbo, you're tremendous to the show, man. M. Reyes wears Eagle color G-string. Yeah, and it's got Howie's face right in the panel. You know, right where that rose is. It's got you know where the rose is on a chick's Sue, right? Right there, that flower that's on like the thong thing. M. Reyes has got a picture of Howie there. Pietis, what's the topic today? Let's see. What would be your asking price for AJ? You tell me, Pietis, what would be your asking price? I missed your super, Kyle. Let me scroll back. Let's see here. Seals, one person I would not draft is Cassius Howe, smaller than Nolan, terrible at run defense. Okay? What I'm hearing as well. Okay? What would be your asking price? 1 and a 3. I don't believe the Patriots want to give the 1-up. I think the Patriots would give a 2 and a 3-up. because of the money. The money is what's holding this up. How many people believe this? If the money wasn't the issue, AJ would have been gone already. How many people? So this will tell you what you guys think of AJ Brown. If the money wasn't the issue, would AJ be gone and would he most likely be moved already? More than likely. Jason, yes. Chills, would Peyton be the GOAT over Brady? He's got the records. Brady's got the records. He doesn't have any records over Brady. What records does he have over Brady? Brady's got the most passing yards, got the most playoff wins. I mean, Brady's got the most touchdown passes. What record would that be? That Brady has, that Peyton Manning has over Brady? Well, what record is that, Anthony? He doesn't have more passing yards. He doesn't have more touchdowns. He doesn't have more wins. He doesn't have more Super Bowls. He doesn't have more playoff numbers. What number are you talking about? Like, what record does Manning have that Brady doesn't own? I think you're not getting it. He's thrown for over 80,000 yards. I mean, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I want the same trade package Adam got. Sills history shows that's the asking price for a player like A.J. Brown, Tyreek Hill, and Diggs. Brady's thrown for 5,000 yards. So you're telling me he's got one record over 60 that Brady has. Congratulations to you, kid. Way to pick one out. Edmonds and DJ for Crosby. It's going to happen. Are you saying to the Bears? Brady has thrown for 5K. I know he has. He's thrown for 50 touchdowns too. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know who has that record. I think it's either Brady or Manning that has the most touchdown passes. What's your point? He threw for 5,300 in Tampa. I thought he threw for the $5,000 in New England when they had that when Moss had 20 TDs. Speaking of the Bears, them going to Indiana. They're not going to Indiana. Manning has more MVPs. Okay. Congratulations. But Peyton Manning's a great player too. You take Manning. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Here's the most important one. What's Brady's record versus Peyton Manning? He's 11-6. Okay. He's 11-6. All right. So we're going to do our mock draft. And I've got it here, and I did it over the weekend. Okay? And I did it over the weekend. And I did this without trades. So I've not done the trades yet. Okay? So, I'm going to give you my top 10 players. First, that came out of the NFL combines. Let me give you my takeaway on the combines. Tremendous athletes, especially at edge, offensive line, linebackers. the receivers and a lot of the position guys didn't really perform all the skill sets. Defensive linemen were very, very athletic. I was disappointed in some times, but some of these guys are just enormous dudes. And you're going to be kind of shocked, I would think, who I have at 23 for the Eagles. Maybe you're not. Okay? Maybe you're not. And I've got a couple guys there that there's a sandbox. There's 4 dudes. So I'm going to give you, by the way, please hit the like button. I'm going to give you my top 10 players in the draft. Fernando Mendoza, number 1. David Bailey, edge rusher, Texas Tech. Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State. And there's 3 of them in a row. Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State. Caleb Downs, safety, Ohio State. Francis Mugawa, offensive tackle, Miami. Arvell Reese, edge, OSU. Ruben Bain, edge, Miami, 8. Jeremiah Love, 9. Running back, Notre Dame. And Spencer Fano, offensive tackle, Utah. Those are the top 10 guys. They're not in order. Those are my top 10 guys. Those 10 dudes are my sandbox guys. You know what? I'll pick my sandbox guys. Those are my larger pool of guys. And then I'll get down to 5 guys that I think are the best guys in the draft. But those 10 guys are probably the guys. And I watched a lot of the combines. I watched every day. And I saw some truly great athletes that were there. I mean, really gifted. Gifted athletes. Okay. So you guys ready? Here's my mock draft. I did 3 and I landed on 1. I did 3 of these and I landed on 1. Here we go. Do you want me to go from 1 down or 32 up? And by the way, I'm not doing, this is not with any trades. $32 up. I'm going to go 32 up. Actually, I'm going to go 1 down. Okay? Let's go 1 down. Here we go. I do believe that the Raiders take Fernando Mendoza. I think Fernando Mendoza ends up getting drafted number 1 overall. The guy shows, in my opinion, great poise. He's accurate. I talked to Bruce Arians over the weekend. He's got all the intangibles that you want. And he's a quick decision maker, knows where to miss when throwing into tight windows, willing to deliver strikes under heavy pressure, and consistently has really good football ball placement as a player. Okay? And all the things, you see this right here? He's overrated. Well, he took the Indiana Hoosiers from the abyss into a place where they're undefeated, and he ended up going and winning the national championship. That's more impressive than his Heisman, is that he took a football program that had no culture, that had no history, and he went into a place. Let me tell you something that, according to, RC3, Jalen Hurts went where? Alabama and Oklahoma. You're not changing their cultures. Their cultures have been that way for what? 100 years? Okay? And there was nothing there. Jalen Hurts went to who? Alabama and Oklahoma. You think he changed anything? Guy even got fucking benched in one place. I mean, guy changed the entire culture. Here's a little bit of the weakness, though, that I will say. Can run, but isn't really a great athlete. I don't think evasive of an athlete. Like, he's not going to fool people when he takes off. Now, I do think one thing that he has to work on when he gets into the pros, his pocket awareness. There were times, especially in the championship game, that I saw this, that it comes and kind of goes a little bit. Like, he'll make a really great play in the pocket, and then he'll make a bonehead play. Mendoza sucked at Cal playing with older dudes at IU. So what do you mean, like Sean, when you get an opportunity for Jalen Hurts to play with better people, Jalen Hurts is a good player too? You mean like Mendoza, when he played with more experience and better players? I can't remember the last time Cal was good. Can you? And so he played with better players? Go figure. You'd make that same excuse for Jalen Hurts, but you wouldn't make it for Mendoza. I got it. Sure, okay. See how they apply it? His anticipation throws are this. If he does a good job on pre-snap, but if that defense has post-snap coverage disguises, that could throw him off. What I mean is that sometimes you have a rotating coverage that's a false coverage. That Miami did that in the championship game to him. So it kind of confused him. I still think he's got to work on progression reading a little bit more. But of all the quarterbacks coming out, he's the best one that they have. And so to me, he's still got to work on how he throws the ball and also determining pre-snap and then post-snap. Because in the NFL, they're going to do that. They're going to change and they're going to disguise coverages. One of the coolest things, though, he has is that he's got Tom Brady. So I do believe he goes number one to the Raiders. I've got Arvell Reese, edge rusher from Ohio State, and I've got him going to the Jets. He's actually a linebacker. And this kid was just fabulous at the combines. You know what was really noticeable in his cone drills and in his playing ability? Your guy, Coach JB, said he's not a number one. Okay. We agree to disagree. Thanks for the super, my friend. But then again, too, hey, Sean, he's probably a second or third rounder, but because the position is such a coveted position, I don't have a problem with him saying that. Tom Brady was a sixth rounder. Joe Montana was a third rounder. Jalen Hurts was a second rounder. So to sit there and say, Sills, is he the number one overall pick or a first rounder? You could make that argument that he's going to be overdrafted. And there's a potential of it. Absolutely. I don't have a problem with that. There's a demand on the quarterback position. This kid, Arvell Reese from Ohio State, is just 6'4", 243, and can this guy run? Let me tell you, man, about, what we saw at the combines. He's a guy that builds his speed up quickly and gets to top end speed fast. He's got great size. Why is that such a great size? Think about this. He's an off-ball linebacker. So in the middle of the field, you got almost a 6'5" linebacker, 250 pounds, the size of tight ends, in the middle of the field, clogging the zone at the front end of it. Think about that. Like, he's like this with his arms spread out. This guy's like 6'5". That's a big dude. He's a versatile defender. He's an off-ball linebacker. They may play him at the edge, but his size and tools, and again, I mean, he could move to full-time edge like a Micah Parsons. He could be like that, but at Ohio State, he was off-ball. Okay? I mean, he was an off-ball guy, but I could see him moving out there because of his size, and they could build him up. He's kind of a dude. I would love to have him on the Eagles, but the Eagles have a great room right now at linebacker. Okay, here's some of the weaknesses that came on his charts and came on the came with the some of the I don't want to say what team, but came with some of the things they saw with him at the combines this week. He's got a superstar potential at edge rusher, but not enough reps. Here's the deal. He hasn't played enough reps out there at edge for me to feel comfortable putting him out there. He's an off-ball linebacker. And you would have to get him reps out there. Now, here's another thing you got to be concerned about. He doesn't have a lot of football experience. He's got 1 year of great ball. Was that an epiphany? Like, he doesn't have, 2-3 years where you go like this. This kid's a superstar player. He's a great-looking athlete. He's just a great athlete. And when I saw him play this last year, I thought he was sensational. Mendoza reminds me of Caleb with his consistency. Well, that'd be a frightening player. That would be. And get this, guys. This guy Reese ran a 4.46. Did you hear what I just said? He ran a 4.46 at 6'4", 243. A 4.46. That's as fast as Devontae or faster. That's like faster than Devontae Smith. This guy's got wide receiver speed at almost 250 pounds. 4.46 at 250 pounds at 6'4" 3/8. I mean, he does, and putting him at edge, does he have the skill set to be able to play the edge? And because he doesn't have any pass rush moves yet. So you would have to teach him. Okay, number 3, Francis Maugawa, offensive tackle to Arizona. By the way, Reese to the Jets, Francis Maugawa to the Cardinals. I've loved this dude since he came to Miami. Is an IMG guy. Shows plus power in the run game. Heavy hands. Like when he swats guys, he knocks them down. He's got these enormous hands. And he's the real deal, man. I mean, got a powerful frame. He moves defenders off their spot. He picks them up and moves them. And what makes him insane great is that he's got great athleticism, and he pulls and he can get upfield. He can get to different levels. He's got awareness of space. When guys are trying to get to a 3-2 and 1 or 5 or a 7, even wide 9, I saw him defending against A&M in that wide 9. Tremendous. I don't ever really see him beaten. And his technician and the way his technique is, he's technically sound. His feet are great. His hands are great. His balance is great. This guy has a chance to be one of the all-time greats if he goes to the right team with the right quarterback. He's a phenomenal talent, and I think he's the top OT in the NFL draft. Now, a little bit on his weakness. Okay, here's the one thing that I don't like that I even told him. He turns his shoulders. Don't ever give your shoulder up to an edge rusher in this league. They'll fucking go right by you and destroy your quarterback. Can't give the shoulders up. Keep them back. Stay in the middle of your feet. Stay on that ball of your feet. When you do this and you give a shoulder, swim over, arm under, double move back inside, and then you got the guy in your shake and change out of a guy's purse. Boom. Ta-da-da. Don't give the shoulder up. He'll give that shoulder up every now and then. I've told him that a few times. Don't give the shoulder up. I do like his feet. Here's the one thing, too, that he doesn't do that I told him. I go, sometimes he's got a great, like Lane Johnson. What do you know what makes Lane so great? Lane's punch, pow, is so great. He stymies guys right in the line of scrimmage. Watch Micah Parsons or any edge defender when they're on him. Pow! He hits you, and get this, it's not this. This is the worst thing offensive linemen do when they come into the NFL. Because NFL defensive linemen are told to come with inside, you'll get this loop. Once you give that loop up and you give the middle of that chest up, the offensive lineman is destroyed. He'll occasionally give up and not have a consistent punch. Lane is so good when he gets out of his stance and he's patient too. Lane will sit there and you know what he'll do? He can punch you with one hand, both hands, one left, pow. He's really one of the best technicians I ever seen. The kid in Detroit's great, Penei Sewell. Trent Williams is spectacular. Jason Peters was absolutely the best at that, at punching. Watch Lane when he handles Micah Parsons. He stymies him at the line of scrimmage with that punch. Boom! And he doesn't go nowhere. I've seen him knock him down to a knee. So that's just one thing to keep an eye on with him. I've got McCall going to the Arizona Cardinals. David Bailey to the Titans at number 4. Kid's from Texas Tech. By the way, this is a kind of like, I put this on like a sheet here in front of me here. His get off is so good. At the combines, man, he was just getting off that ball. I mean, and you know what he does too? That's really great. This is like a Richard Dent thing. This kid, Bailey, he'll stagger his pass rush. What I mean by that is he'll slow tempo you, then speed you up. And the offensive lineman has to speed up, slow back down, go back over inside. Whoever taught him how to pass rush understands leverage and understands speeding offensive tackles up. Richard Dent used to meander into a tackle when he was with the Bears, and all of a sudden, he would have this 4.4 speed coming around the corner, and he would just run right around people. He had this innate ability to speed up the tackles and make the tackles overcommit to one side. This kid Bailey from A&M is really a good-looking player. I mean, just an absolute good-looking player. 6'3", about 250. I'd like to have him a little bit bigger. And I think he's getting better and better. And every time I watched him play, he got better. Now, here's the one thing that this guy, and this is every single young player, if you stop him in his initial pass rush, he's not really good at plan B. What makes Aiden Hutchinson so good, Aiden Hutchinson, if he gets beat on the first pass rush, he's got pass rush B. Then he's got pass rush C. This is what used to happen to Mulata. Mulata, if he stopped him right away, was great. But if a pass rusher like Aiden Hutchinson will always give a guy like Jordan Mulata problems because he's got a textbook of pass rush moves. And he'll give him trouble, and he did give him trouble. So I like the player. And I got him going to the Titans. New York Giants. Carnell Tate. On the other side of Neighbors. 6'2", 192. Ohio State. I've got him going there. Size, strength, all of that. He consistently wins jump balls. So I'm going with Carnell Tate. And Carnell Tate, I've got him at 5. At number 6, I've got Spencer Fano going to Cleveland Browns. I think the kid's a good-looking player, 6'6", 311. Kid from Utah. Like his ability. I think he has a little bit of technique issues at times. But I'm a fan of this kid. Washington Commanders get one of the gems of the draft. Let me tell you something. Just get ready for this kid. Sonny Styles. 6'5", 250 pounds. And he also ran a 4.46. Tremendous size. Shoots the gaps like you don't believe for a big dude. And get this, he makes plays down the field. Mario and the coaching staff of Miami couldn't believe how great this kid is. He would rush the passer, take off going down the field 20 yards, and he would go down the field and make a play. This kid is a 4.46. He's 6'5". He's 250 pounds. He is some football player. And his tape is great. How about this? 4.46, 44 vertical, 4.26 in a shuttle, broad jump of 11.2. I think he's the best athlete in the draft. He might be the best player in the draft. I couldn't believe it. Every time he stepped on the field, I had to watch him. And he's going to Washington Commanders. That kid's an impact player. That kid's going to win the Defensive Rookie of the Year award. Remember I said that on March 2nd. His tape is as impressive as his athleticism. 56 likes. Guys, do me a favor. Please hit that like button. We're getting closer to the Eagle pick. Sonny Styles might just be the pick of the draft. What a great-looking prospect. He's the most impressive guy I know. Number 8, Reuben Bain to the New Orleans Saints. Edge rusher. 6'2", 263. Exceptional physical traits. He's got the bend. He's got the twitch. He's got the power. He's got an impressive get-off. He's got great instincts on screens and passes. Now, here's what a little bit of the negative that I know that I probably shouldn't say. He's undisciplined a little bit when it sometimes is his primary gap responsibility, and it'll come out of the defense a little bit. This is one of the things that we had an issue with him, is that he would jump out of the technique and out of the scheme. I kept telling him, I can't tell you how many times I told him this. The football will never take you to the play if you're watching the play. Your technique and your skill set on reading blockers will take you to the play. Technique takes you to the play, watching the football and playing high, and he can't afford to play high. He's 6'2". He's got to stay below his pads. So he'll stand up a little bit, become an issue a little bit for him. And what else too? I would say this about Ruben. I think he needs to develop a little bit more pass rush and a couple more techniques, because these offensive tackles in the NFL today, these guys are just great players. And you're not going to be able to beat fat guys. There's no really fat guys playing anymore in the NFL. My wife made that comment too. She's watching these guys. The guys that used to go to the combines, these guys were fat bodies. These guys are lean, 6'6", 315, 25-pound guys. These guys are carved out of steaks today. So there's no fat bodies. I got Ruben going to the Saints. How about this, guys? At number 9, I've got Jeremiah Love to the Kansas City Chiefs. They need a running back. Physically, I don't really think he's a big dude. 6 feet, 214. Okay. He's a patient runner. He's got a little bit of Saquon in him. Early Saquon. Giant early first 2 years. Saquon's not patient right now. Maybe too patient, I should say. He follows blocks very well. He's got great vision inside, running inside. He does a good job at setting up the tackler in how he runs in space. Here's the one thing that I think will be a problem for him if Kansas City does draft him. If we can't sign Phillips, I want Messidor. I'll get to him. Thanks, Kim. He needs to work on his pass protection. Okay, and I think he bounces around too much. Like, you know that shit that Saquon does? That bouncing around back behind? Can't do that in the NFL. You get hammered. Okay, he bounces around. You could do that against Syracuse. Okay, you can't do that in the NFL. He's not a big dude. That could be concerning. That could be an injury issue. So, again, keep an eye on that. But I got him going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 10, I got Caleb Downs going to the Cincinnati Bengals. Really a great player. One of Sanders' transfers from Bama. Saban leaves. He went to Ohio State. And I really thought that Matt Patricia did a great job with him. He really does check all the boxes, man, as really being a great-looking corner. Intelligence. He's productive. No off-field issues. He's fluid. He's athletic. Backpedals. He runs patterns like a receiver. His coverage techniques are outstanding. His versatile ability to switch his hips around. He's excellent in instincts. He understands, and he's great at the point when it goes to going after footballs. Now, here's the one thing, too, that you could say with him that a lot of people had an issue with a little bit. He will whiff on a tackle. Like in the Miami game, he like there were a couple plays that like he whiffed on. Like just missed the guy. And I didn't think much of it, but then I started seeing it in a scouting report of his. I'm like, this guy will occasionally whiff on hits. I think bigger tight ends, like big tight ends, I want to see how he plays against them in the pros. Because bigger tight ends kind of gave him a problem when he was at Ohio State. He barely, he's so good. He's one of those guys that he's rarely ever tested. Well, if you draft that guy high, he's going to be tested. He's going to be most likely be covering. Like, who's in that division? The North. So you're going to have to take out DK Metcalf if you're in Cincinnati. And you're going to have to play against that guy in Pittsburgh. That guy could be a handful for that guy. Number 11. Meslone Delane, cornerback. LSU. 6 feet, 187, a little small for me. Strong route concepts, comfort in zone coverage. This guy would be a perfect guy in the other side of Quinyon Mitchell. He's just a little small. Excellent awareness, provides support to teammates. He's fast. Lacks ideal frame to play that position. Here's something else, too, that you have to look at that I was told by some people in Carolina. When the wide receiver puts his anchor foot down, bam, and turns, he'll plant his. Got to continually move your feet. So you can anchor step him. Number 11. I got Jermod McCoy, another corner, 2 corners in a row, to the Dallas Cowboys. They need help in secondary. And this kid's from Tennessee, 6'1", 188, little bit of a smaller guy, but this guy is a producer of interceptions. Patient, physical, good recognition, can play both zone and man. And Christian Parker's, I think this guy looks a lot like Quinyon, but not as big. Okay? So, I mean, this guy right here is compared to Quinyon Mitchell. And that's why I see him going to Dallas.